Sup Reittannites, Reitanna Seishin here, and I was watching some ordinary gamers play LSD for the first time, and I was like, oh fuck, what does LSD stand for again? I forget. There's a bunch of things that it could stand for, but it actually, like, its actual name is Lovely Sweet Dream. Believe it or not, it has nothing to do with the drug LSD, and I know a lot of people like to make jokes about that because they don't actually know the game, and it seriously does look like you're on LSD, but still. It's dreams, guys. I know we've all had some pretty freaking weird dreams. For instance, my dream of an artichoke sprouting legs and running away, and I chased it. So, while I was looking up what LSD actually stood for, I found the wiki. And I figured, you know what? There's probably some things on here that I don't know. And for those of you who, watch my LSD Let's Plays and you're going, what the fuck is this? Well, let's find out together what exactly the fuck this is. So here are all the meanings. In limbo, the silent dream. In life, the sensuous dream. In logic, the symbolic dream. In leisure, the sonorous dream. Yeah. In laughter, the spiritual dream. In lunacy, the savage dream. In linking, the sapient dream. So, those are those. You can pause? How do? Flashback! I don't like the flashbacks. They're boring. Linking! Hi, lions! This is when you run into stuff, so we know that already. The chart. Let's understand the chart. The chart is an essential part of the game that shows information after every dream and has things blah 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 blah. Where you land on the chart determines where you spawn. Well, this is not well documented, some must know. The nose and mouth square will always start you in the hotel, on the level with the fireplace. The left eye appears to always start you in the hotel on a level with the painting. It's also noted that the left and right eyes, the nose and square and the nose are covered in these four little flash green little long playlist of clips plays. Yeah, I know. Some of the clips are those which will appear in the place of a dream, and however clips are achieved through in the normal gameplay will not appear, for example, the Ferris wheel clip. Static and dynamic are to show how often your dream changed. See, this is the part that I did not know. An upper and downer shows if your character found it as a good or a bad dream. Static means it changed very little. Dynamic means it was changing a lot. Upper means it was a positive, and downer means it was a negative. Textures. This is probably just going to say textures change. Sexual. For most players, the sexual textures... I love how you're only reading that, Reitanna. I know, right? It seems to only appear after the downer one. If the character is a man, one could say that it represents the Freudian inner self. This texture set shares on eyeball motif and other elements from the downer texture set. The entire ground is sometimes covered with eyeballs, and again, if this were a man's dream, those eyes could represent the inner obsession with sexuality. You guys are sexist! However, it is assumed that this is a woman's dream based on the rare booklet that goes with the game and on the dreaming person located inside the bright blah blah. And what makes them sexual? You're dumb! The logo for LSD will appear a lot, strangely enough, in some places regularly not accessible. I don't see the logo for LSD appearing anywhere in the playthroughs. Unless I just haven't experienced this glitch. Some places regular not accessible will become possible to go. It seems as when you play the game for an excessive amount of time without turning it off. Does that include emulators? Which will continue for as long as the game isn't turned back off and on again. That would be a nightmare video to edit. Yeesh. I wonder how long I'd be able to go without, getting tired. That's what she said. The glitch texture set may come when the game attempts to read the aforementioned texture files in the game's data, but calls the data with other regions, blah 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 blah, occasion, blah 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 blah. Whoa! I've never seen Stephanie look like that. Woo! I've seen her look like that though. Giant baby. So, the photos are supposed to be, but they're cartoons. So I guess anything with, like, a face that's looking at you Why is this sexual? Are they boobies? I see no boobies. Anyway, music. Contains over 400 unique audio tracks and used in the game. God, there's no way I'd be able to get all of those. Each area has 5 different tracks that can play per type of dream, these being ambient, cartoon, electro, ethnova, human, lovely, and standard. Each area's music contains significant amounts of audio from the game's soundtrack, except with different pitch, note arrangement, or speed. The music at the starting location day 1 in the Brightman Cottage after a full reset depends on how long you remained at the menu before pressing start, maybe watching some blah, 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 blah. Really? I didn't know that. However, I did know that it changed because I have like 50 of the music things. Clips. Yes. No, I don't want to see them. Oh, I've never seen that one. Ending? No. I don't want to. I don't usually have a problem with spoilers, but for this, Minotaur, did I even name you? Uncommon object that is located at the top of the Brightman Cottage called Floating Astronaut. Okay, so this is this is what I really wanted to check out, is the name of all the places. Obviously, we know what the Violence District is. Dead women that can appear hanging from the lampposts. The player can occasionally spawn on top of a building. When it happens, take a step in any direction will either cause you to fall to your death or appear safely in the alley below. Graffiti can be found in all which link to the clockwork machines. For reals? We'll come to that when we do. Happy Town. I figured this one would be Happy Town. In the game's documentation, the name is always capitalized. Happy Town! It's one of the locations displayed on the map. I still don't understand how the hell... Oh, hey! That's what that is. It's a map. That's kind of cool. I've never actually sat down and looked at the map. Address shapes are placed everywhere like monuments. Many layer shapes have a tendency to lead toward creating a good dream or a bad dream. Yeah, yeah. And several are specifically linked to locations either within Happy Town itself, the Violence District, or Kyoto. I'm rocking this whole singing thing. I'm gonna stop. A train track can also be seen, complete with a train that comes through the tunnel, floating arrows, question marks, the word love above a little house, and occasionally a rocket ship that can also be seen. Behind the castle, flowers sometimes spawn behind the castle. Behind the castle, flowers sometimes spawn behind the castle. There are several words written in the floor, such as sky, happy, sex, and LSD. Huh. Okay, well, next time I'm in Happy Town, I shall pay more attention to that. Really? Written in the floor. Is it in English or is it in Japanese? The Gray Man can also appear more often for some players here. I think the Happy Town was when he appeared like 3 times yeah. From the outside, in the natural world, Happy Town appears as a white square sloped building with an entrance tunnel on one side. Similar slopes walls are found on the inside, but decorated in a manner more akin to Happy Town itself. Reitanna, you're so good at reading. Sometimes when exploring Happy Town, objects like the psychedelic-looking mushrooms or flowers of various size can appear right in front of the player without warning, which can be very unnerving. There's a small octagonal castle featuring a pair of thrones, one with a star above the headrest, the star throne, really, and one with a crescent moon, the moon throne. I would have never guessed. Sometimes the prince and princess can be seen dancing around this room near a wedding, but not linkable. Before the castle stands 2 grandstands which have a chance of including a row of trumpeters who play a short melody when approached. The 2 thrones, one for the sun, the other the stars, or possibly interpretable as the sun, possibly mean that both of them are half of the subconscious mind if they are the stars. What? The moon and the stars are being representations of the subconscious mind, which when occur in literature mean that events do not actually mean what they are stating, and are entirely metaphorical. If it is the sun, one of the subconscious and metaphorical, the moon, the other the conscious and literal. Okay. What? To the side are some small ice fields from which belly-sliding penguins... So they were penguins! often emerge sliding over the railway and returning when they hit the far wall. As they pass, they make one of the sounds often heard when linking, which may be disorientating. Sorry, disorienting. I say disorientating, which actually is also right. I'm not going to get into that. The penguins move so fast that I can never see them. I'm like, what is that? I figured maybe there was some kind of birds, but they are extremely flat penguins. Small mazes with knee-high walls are present, one with a spinning question mark and a number of other monuments. In the mazes, a massive multicolored penguin can sometimes appear. Is that what that's supposed to be? What am I missing? The Ferris wheels located in Happy Town can be easily spotted due to its size. Linking with the Ferris wheel causes a video which shows you riding the Ferris wheel. Within the video, you are sent higher up into space and above the sun. Wow, there's still a lot of stuff that I haven't seen. Bright Moon Cottage, which I assume is... I don't know. The Bright Moon Cottage, also known as the Shining Moon Apartment, is an apartment complex where the player usually starts, so I figured that's where I live. Contains a fireplace, a downstairs bar, and an open roof. Looking down while facing one of the windows on a certain floor causes the giant baby to appear. Looking down while facing one of the windows on a certain floor causes the giant baby to appear? It's not already there? Giant baby Stephanie, by the way. Walking the stairs backward will break the automatic walking sequence. It's one of the main locations displayed on the map. The music that plays at the bar will continue playing if the game is paused. The building can be seen in the natural world from the far side of the walled area. The windows are only part of the texture, so they cannot be looked out of. Kyoto. Figured that it'd be this one. Kyoto is an area within the dreamscape that resembles an older Japanese city. It's most likely based on the real city of Kyoto in Honshu, Japan. In one particular area, there's a Zen rock garden with black and white patterns on the floor that also emit very annoying footstep sounds. There are small fenced-in areas. They have 4 entryways and various different objects in them, like Shrine Bell and the hand statue. There's a temple here that leads into the Temple Dojo area, along with a large gray building in the abandoned part of town that leads you to the green fields. There's an area called Monument Park within Kyoto that's completely surrounded by a stone wall, which is accessible through a tunnel. There are large statues of a head, hand, and foot. They are believed to be Buddhas. Kyoto is one of the main locations displayed on the map. Different ways to the Kyoto building signs the kana is actually backwards, but you could still tell it says hone in hiragana. Hone could mean bone, the rib of an umbrella, frame, or difficulty. Okay. The natural world. This is what I'm interested in. Really? Hey! It's you! You are what Monsieur Chocolat kept me from seeing! Anyway, so this is the natural world. The natural world is a large, I could have guessed that, plateau-like area that connects all of the main locations in the game. Fields of grass and trees are common, along with desert and rock. Rivers can also be found throughout this area, sometimes leading to ponds. Entities can sometimes emerge from some of the abysses, such as a massive horned demon, which climbs out, and a rocket ship, which simply blasts off out of the drop. Yes. Most of the cliffs are connected via wooden bridges. The map and various other objects can be found here, such as a ship that can be found half sunken in the water in a submerged violence district. What? I have not seen the hot air balloon. Crystals, rainbows, UFOs, seen that. Flower-shaped crystals, I don't think I've seen those. One open. The map. UFO. Wait, you can really see pretty much all of the areas when... Reitanna, you haven't been doing enough exploring. And who are you? The Abystimo and Camus. That is just what I said.